Welcome to Bliss in the House. This is Stasia Bliss. I'm going to start out today's show writing the rising wave with this poem, The Welcomer. I can say nothing of this momentous convergence save this. No other moment ever filled me with such silent and sensual craving of the present. For I have never before noticed the chill on the neck of divine grace giving ever so sweet a reply to my cry to be, to simply be. In this celebration of every which wonder who listens with infinite soul, I explode. For the reunion has chased the welcomer long enough. And favors are passed, hands are clasped, eyelids lowered, but knowing revealed. Can it be? These anciently familiar yet childlike emotions arise from the sky, bringing long-removed members like amputees reunited with lost limbs, merging, melting, accepting the distance that no longer must be as the invitation. The recognition of the separate in me. Illusory has played the game of the wicked, yet with no removal of the heart, there could not be this new start. Like layers folded upon one another over time that never exists. A looking glass into all that could only be felt, like a kiss. Falling like rain through the forest of a black hole you never know. You never know. Whatever you see there is what you may find, reflected to you from the reaches of mind. Rising, the wave rising. As we enter into this new year, still even deeper, I have spoken with many of you who felt like a kind of abrupt start to this new year. And that may be true of any new cycle, but especially now as we move into this 2015, the momentum is starting to happen. The energy is definitely rising. As the planets do their thing and move their dance, we each get to go within and make certain decisions, come to conclusions, and decide for us or choose what is the path that we will take. What is the direction we will go in? And within we might feel a pulling in various directions. But it is so important now to really get still. To trust in the silent urges. That which is pushing us gently in one way, in one direction. That's really a pulling from our own heart. As we start to peel back the layers that maybe the years prior have started to wrinkle and show need of peeling, and we release those things which have been holding us back, looking forward into the potentiality of what this new year has to offer. It is surely a time that we are standing on the precipice, that we are being asked now to speak what it is that we would like to do with our lives. Where is this going? As the momentum increases with the year, if we hold ourselves back to an old understanding, an old perspective, an old circumstance, trying to figure that out still, we might get tossed under the surf. If we don't catch the wave, we might get beat down by it. So in this day, urging from within and one another as community, as friends, to go ahead and catch this wave. Go ahead and jump on to the rising, swelling wave of 2015 as it's lifting you up, as it's offering you opportunities. And it may seem like a lot at first as all of it swells underneath us. And it starts to pick us up. But I am sure, and I feel that you probably feel this too, that as the wave starts to move forward and we catch it just in time, just now, that together we will rise with the wave and move gracefully into the shore of this next part of our collective realities. And be sure that it is a collective. At this time, the universe is asking us to no longer stand as just individuals, creating our own beautiful, authentic selves, speaking our own voices. We have been asked that for many years to do that, to refine those skills, to come into that self that we know, because now is the time, my brothers and sisters, now is the time to come together. Now is the time to join our voices, to join our individual works that we have done into one, to bring them all together, to melt down the barriers and walls between our hearts and let go of the injuries of the past and find where the light can shine through us together. For together, we have great potential to affect the whole. Now, I've spoken of this before, this idea and this knowing that we ourselves are the whole, and this is true, that within us lies the everything, the wholeness, and as we change within ourselves, we do affect our environment and the wholeness. But there's no getting around this knowing that there is resonant energies, clusters of energies that we know as one another, as other beings in the collective. And if you think of it still in terms as the one, yourself, is reflecting the many, then all these like-minded aspects of self that are coming now by the droves into your reality, your brothers and sisters presenting opportunities here and there, that it is a time to say yes to all these aspects of self, saying, let's hold hands, that together we are stronger. We are stronger as a team, as a family, as a force, to make a mighty sweeping over this planet of love, of transformation, of growth, of renewal and plenty. That it's time for each one of us to stop struggling in our own individual needs and to start sharing the gifts with each other, to start seeing us all prosper as one body. This is coming on very strong in my reality right now. And I would like to say thank you to each one of you who have stepped in to say yes to this collective already. So there's a few things going on in my personal world that I think is important to share with the many. And however this resonates with you is great, but one is this practice called the emotion code. I've written about this in a few different articles, but I'd like to share the profundity of this practice. Dr. Bradley Nelson has introduced this great work, who's been a chiropractor for 25 years, who's created a process called the Body Code, a series of 118 mind and body mapping systems to pinpoint, based on kinesiology and asking the body what exactly is going on. Now, I've talked about the subconscious mind for a very long time with this Yoga Nidra practice, and I'm very committed to the resolving of those subconscious blocks for all of us. I think this has a lot to do with the illusions of lack and dis-ease and miscommunications and all these sorts of things have to do with what's tied up in our subconscious mind. So as I've been learning this work, this emotion code, I've had some very profound experiences happen to me, some very profound revelations in my own being and in my mind's eye and in my own body and family. But what I would like to share with you of it is the emotion code is based on this idea that we all have at one time or another trapped certain emotions in our body, in our field, when we could not appropriately process them. Now, a lot of times it's when we're young. It might even be in the womb. It might even be something that we were passed along from our parents, from their parents. It could be a generational blocked emotion that was passed through our DNA. But at various times in our lives when we had strong emotion, the body wanted to protect us, clustered that emotion, stuck it in a certain part of the body, and oftentimes built a wall around the heart with these emotions to protect the heart from not being damaged too much. You know, we've each experienced at one time or another a great heartache where you actually literally feel your heart ache. And the body is protective of us, wants to make sure that we don't feel that too intensely, as it could be damaging in some way, and seeks to protect us, puts some kind of layers around. So subconscious mind is trying to protect us, but has all the knowledge, all the information of what has gone into the mind, into the body, over all of our years and even over all of our lifetimes, or the generations that have been passed down to us. And it's much like the iceberg that sticks a tip out of the water. Our conscious mind is that tip. The subconscious mind is a vast storage house of information, and it is interconnected to each one of us. So this emotion code also works by proxy, by surrogate for somebody else. I can tune into you, become proxy, find out, get a connection with you, and ask your subconscious mind through my own being. And this is, of course, very resonant with this idea that we're all one, that we're interconnected. So that aspect of the one that is you, I can also tap into that. So pinpointing what those emotions were, what age they happened at, where they lodged in the body, and then releasing them. The motion code talks about releasing them from the magnetic field of the body, using a magnet down the governing meridian of the body. And so far I've seen already miraculous things happening. But the most miraculous thing I would like to share with you today is my own personal I guess I would use the word revelation about what this all means. So as I've been clearing my own personal stuck emotions, and they are like layers, they come off in layers. Like we've put them on in layers, they're coming off in layers. One night I'm lying in bed processing some of the emotions that have been peeled away and starting to feel more of a light feeling coming from the inside of me. And in this state, sort of half dream-like, I had this very vivid picture being shown to me of an old, crippled, old person in me that was a future potential. If I did not remove the layers of trapped emotion, that eventually that would stifle my life force. That is what indeed what would cause aging and shrinkage of the body vehicle. That these trapped emotions literally acted like a cage, like a trap to the spirit, to the light within, that authentic voice. And over time would close it out so much that the spirit would seek to escape from the form, leaving the dry, crippled, shrunken form behind. And as I felt this, it was so profound, and I felt, I don't want to be that shrunken being. I don't want to feel that. And as I recognized that and realized that, there was a part of me that knew that this would not be so, that was indeed peeling off the layers, that my light was indeed strengthening, coming through this vessel as that happened. And the second revelation that came in that moment was, many people speak of a resurrection. In the church that I grew up of, that was the term used for, after one dies, coming back into the form. But it became more clear to me what that could mean, that this resurrection, this was really the equivalent of releasing all of the stuck emotions, opening the heart wall, and being without the need for death to occur, without the need to go through the pain and suffering of transition. That the resurrecting was a remembering of who we really were, who we really are, and allowing that to burst forth and to heal us completely. And so as I've been doing this work, and it really marries very closely and very strongly with the Yoga Nidra work, because the Yoga Nidra can release subconscious stuff very well, but is very profound in planting in new ideas in the body instead, what you would like to become. But this emotion code is such a simple way of accessing the subconscious mind and releasing those things that are blocking. And so this has become a very profound new tool that I'm almost finished with the certification to be able to do this as a practice. The other thing is coming upon this incredible new outlet, if you will, this venue for our conscious minds to converge. And that is in the place that is known as Mars right now, the online website, marssocial.com, that I have recently taken on as a gift from the universe, is really how I'm seeing it. That before it was something else, but now it has become a tool of the divine to bring like minds together, that have something to say, that have something to share in this transformation of the planet. Healing arts, in music, in the arts, in spirituality, and conscious parenting, and shamanism, and all these different ways that we can express in our writing, in our poetry. And there's so much potential behind this place. So if you're listening and you feel inspired that you have something to share and you would like another place to share that is a coming together, please check out marssocial.com, marssocial.com. And I'm bringing on new writers, new contributors all the time. Right now it is just a thriving place to grow. There's so much more potential that can happen there, and eventually a place where I feel abundance to be coming through as well. So anyway, as these two things cross over, I'm finding how the emotion code can assist my brothers and sisters in releasing any blocks that keep them from really being able to align fully with the blessings that come with speaking their truth. As I was speaking with a brother the other day about sharing his gift, and he mentioned, I'm really just tired of not having money. Immediately I was like, you know what, let's do the emotion code. Let's release some of these blocks, because as we are being called to share the light that we have, it is no longer necessary or applicable that we carry around these burdens. We are being called en masse to bless this planet with a new paradigm, a new experience of oneness. So those of us who are at the forefront of this movement, let us clear those blocks. Let us remove those issues and move forward in strength of numbers and also in the light of our own beingness. So as this wave is rising, let us not be stuck back by old balls and chains, by old behaviors and old belief systems. Let us move forward together, linking up all of our qualities, all of our gifts, all of our blessings, that they're no longer just ours to do something with by ourselves, but they are something we can help one another to become more abundant. Because singly we can do little, but together we can do everything. Together we have access to all the gifts. And together we recognize that in that togetherness, that's where the oneness occurs. That's where in oneness we have access to all gifts, all knowledge. Well, that is by linking up. That is by becoming community, by communicating, by sharing, by saying yes to this connectivity. And as I invite you to come and share where I am opening up a portal, then may you too also be inspired to invite others in your reality to share in what you're doing, and know that by doing that we are not stretching the potentiality for abundance to share between two people, but no, multiplying, that we are multiplying exponentially our potential to grow and become abundant people, and to have even more gifts bestowed upon us by the sharing, by the bringing together of our talents. So what can we do together? I mean, as a team, we have so much to share. And, it seems like small when we're taking our gifts into the world sometimes, that we affect small groups of people, and some of us reach larger groups. But imagine the effect of all of us joining together like a giant net and being thrown out into the consciousness of the world, and then capturing all the hearts there with our love. and bringing us all together in this collective vibe of harmony. So the emotion code talks about the importance of opening the heart. And, of course, this is in every practice, but in particular, as we remove the heart walls, that it only takes a particular number of people. Again, it's the critical mass, the 100th monkey sort of thing, that as many of us as possible that can remove our heart walls, remove those blocks in our hearts that may have protected us at one time, and allow that light to just burst through uninhibited, that eventually enough of us reaching that point of pure love, moving through our hearts uninhibited, that we will in fact affect the entire planet. The entire planet's heart will open. And it's interesting because, I haven't, before this particular work, the emotion code, thought of myself as having a closed heart. But as I'm reading how this can happen, and I'm tuning into myself and the experiences that I've had in my life that are sometimes, rough and difficult and tender to my heart, I think, yeah, I probably do have a heart wall. And probably all of us who've been working in the trenches to remove our own stuff probably have a heart wall too. Now, though some people in humanity, it might take a little longer to remove those walls because they're unsure what that means. I believe for us, for those of you listening to me, for those of you riding this conscious wave, that the removal of this heart wall is not as difficult because we are ready. We are saying yes to that. But it just is giving our subconscious the opportunity to say, yes, I'm ready. Take it down. Let's go full on with this love thing. And that's what I'm finding. There's people that I'm working with that I've found their heart walls, where it may take a few sessions with somebody, quote unquote, normal person. The people I'm working with right now, we're just getting right to the heart of the matter, getting those walls down, moving out into a new place of love and interconnectivity. And I feel it's because we're ready. We're all ready to ride the rising wave of now, of this year, of this present moment. And the most important thing we can do, just like a surfer up on the wave, is to not be afraid that we're going to fall off, not be afraid that we're going to tumble in the surf, but have confidence to get up on that surfboard of life right now, to be up there in the wind and the sunshine, to be visible, to be vulnerable, to trust and surrender to the process that is lifting you up and out of the waters of your emotions, out of the waters of your life that maybe you've been thrashing around in for some time, and to really be there up on the edge, to be there ready to shine, because now is the time. And as we get up on the board, we realize we are not alone up there on the wave, that we're all up there together, that we can hold hands and ride this baby together like one community, like one solid force of strength, and shatter that illusion that has said the world has to be like it's been, with poverty, with disease, with war, with unkindness. No, it doesn't have to be like that. I do not believe it has to be like that anymore. I believe that it is time to move into a new reality fully. This is the time. This is the year. This is the people. You, me, all of us here together. It is time for us to remove our own stuck emotions, our own blocks, and not hold back anymore. Move forward with our gifts. We have so much to bless humanity with. We have so much to give, so much to shine. Let's not be afraid to shine. Let's not be afraid. And as we say yes to this, the opportunities will open. And as we say yes to those, more will open. And I guarantee there are going to be things that you're going to be like, wow, do I really want to do this? That seems like a lot of commitment. That seems like a lot of me. And I think the answer is yes. Be bigger. Be bigger. Not because you're small now, because you're already the bigger. But align now more fully with the bigger. And I'm saying that in quotes because we've only been limiting ourselves by our current state of understanding, by our experiences that seem to be perpetuating, by our wallets or whatever. But as a dear sister wrote a beautiful article on Mars Social, if you go there, Hacking the Divine. She's got a beautiful article about journaling. Miss Yvonne, she speaks about conversation with money, with big money. And I think this is important for all of us listening, to get that relationship with money, have a conversation with it, realize that we cannot go after something that we need as a needy thing, but instead start to really embody what it means to embrace that. And she speaks about it as being the goddess, acting like the goddess or the god, where money then is attracted to you because you are being so amazing, so beautiful. Why wouldn't money want to come? You are doing great things. The universe wants to support that. So yes, there is so much more to say, and yet there doesn't need to be said another thing. So in this moment, I want to take you through a visualization. I want you to feel yourself at one with the ocean of life. That in fact you are like the ocean, fluid in your form. The oneness. And that each drop of the water is like each one of us. That yeah, we can pull a drop out of the ocean, we can put it in a cup, we can be individual cups of drops of water. We can pour all those drops back into the ocean, into the oneness. We can feel the form rising up together, and we can move as a powerful energy, as a cleansing force, as a strong force to wear down the rocks of reality where they have been jagged. So I want you to feel all of us together, merged in that ocean field, but still maintaining an idea of this self, its unique gifts. Because the ocean also has its unique, areas and colors and fish and wildlife and all of its different areas, but in its vastness it is great. So together feel ourselves, we are the force lifting us up. We are the welling up within that says, yes, it is time for something more. And we're all feeling it. It's not just you, it's not just me. Everyone I speak to, and the more people you speak to, you feel this too. We're all ready. We're all saying yes. So feel that cosmic energy that's swelling up as if like the moon pulling the tide forward, but it's greater than that. In the cosmic perspective, and a friend brought this to my attention, the moon is very small. So maybe also get past this idea that even though there's a planetary influence like this Mercury retrograde or like the new and full moon, that even we are greater than that. That even we are greater than those things as well. That we actually set those things in motion. That is an aspect of us. It doesn't rule us. We can use it to our advantage. We can use it as a gift. Or we can set it to the side, thank you very much. So as we lift up like a giant wave in the ocean together, feel that cosmic surfboard, that one giant movement of the paradigm shift coming up and over the land like a giant wave of love and transformation and empowerment. Can you imagine what it would be like if everyone on the world was riding this wave together, smiling, with their arms up, woohoo, in their little swim shorts or whatever? Instead of people suffering, instead of there being disagreements, arguments, instead of the need to put one another down, instead of the gossip, instead of the self-pity, instead of the depression, to rise up on our surfboards of life, to look at one another in the eyes, to high five, to say, hey, I support you. Hey, I see you. We can do this. We are one. We can do this. We are one. There is a transformation occurring in the cosmic mind, in the oneness. We are peeling off the old three-dimensional, heavy, dense reality that we have been swimming in. We are finding not only the buoys and the life preservers, we are finding the surfboards. We are finding those paraglides and parasails and jetpack shoes, and we are floating up and above, using the power of the ocean, the power of the fluidity of our being, the power of our connectivity to reach new heights, to reach new goals, new experiences. And I say this is the year that you really begin to feel, we really begin to feel, I do, the oneness, the family that we are. No more is it just about my blood family, your blood family, oh, we're just friends or whatever. Some of us are strong, connected, some of us I don't relate to. No, there is a blessing in our uniqueness. There is a blessing in our different points of view. Let us start to see what those are and find where they fit. Find where they fit. Let's help each other fit in. I hear your voice, my brother. I hear your voice. And I'm searching the cosmic one of which I am a part. I have cleared my blocks, my heart wall and stuff, and I am feeling where your voice fits in. And I know a place where it fits in. Here it is. Sister, I hear your voice. I hear where your pangs have been. Let's clear those. Let's find a place now for you to step in and fit into this one wholeness. No one needs to be left out. There isn't just a room for a few of us to succeed. There is abundance in the universe for us all to have all. For us all to have plenty, for us to thrive, for us to be fed, for us to rejoice, for us to be heard and sing and dance and create and be so blessed and dance off this earth into the other cosmic spheres together. Wow, let's stretch it. Let's stretch it and play the beautiful music. If you have something to contribute to this virtual world that I am helping to create on Mars Social, please get a hold of me. You can reach me on my Facebook. You can reach me at blissinthehouse.com or on Mars Social. I love you. You are loved. Come dance with me, with the one. Let's rise and ride this wave together. Thank you so much for joining me here. Have a beautiful and blessed day, moment, expanded. And namaste.